How do you handle doctrinal and theological disputes? Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. Theology, the study of God. Love this mug. It's great, isn't it? And that's what theology means. Theo, God, ology, study of, the study of God. That's what theology is all about. It's a scary word. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But I want to tell you what I'm drinking in the mug first. You know the drill. It's Headbangers Brew, and I want to talk about our two blends here. Melodic and hardcore. Hardcore is hardcore. It is very dark, very smooth, but very dark. Melodic's a little lighter. And of course we have both in ground, in decaf. We've got the K-Cups for each one. And you can get all of that. Our t-shirts. This mug in a t-shirt and a poster. All of our stuff right here. We are metalwearfamily.com. I love this coffee. Just saying. So here's the question. It's a good one. Dear Pastor Bob, I faithfully watch all of the podcasts on Sanctuary International Matrix. I'm glad you do. We have some great podcasters, don't we? And I faithfully watch them too. I think we've got a great team. I look forward to each one, he says. I have a lot of respect for all of you. Recently, one of the podcasts talked about something that seems contrary to your teaching. It has bothered me a lot. I don't know who to believe now, since I have a lot of respect for all of you. How did this happen? Well, let me tell you, it happens all the time. And it's one of the things that I honestly love about this ministry is that we're all still growing, we're all still learning. Theology, the study of God, we're still studying, we're still learning. And you know, there are times when I watch some of the other guys, and you know, these guys have been with me for decades. I know them well. And I still learn from them, and I'm hoping they still learn from me too. But you know, it's all of the learning together. It's all the different parts of the body of Christ that we share together, and as we do that, we grow. And you know, I look back over 50 years now of being in this ministry of pioneering some Christian rock, and then of course metal and whatever I've done, but 50 years of pastoring, almost 50 years of pastoring as well. And I realize that I've changed my mind on a few things. And that's really good because we're always growing, we're always learning. And we don't have one of those organizations that said, okay, here is exactly what you need to believe, and we never will change from it. You know, all of our foundations are in place. In other words, there are some things in the Word that are not disputable. There are some things that we believe because they are Christian doctrinal foundations. But, you know, there are a lot of little nuances here and there. There are a lot of little things that as we grow, we kind of learn and relearn, and we change our mind because somebody has a little different slant on it, and we realize that ours wasn't exactly correct. Those are things that every single one of us go through, and I hope you are, because it means you're growing. And I love that part about our podcasts, is that we're not all just in this rut where we can't continue to grow. And again, we're not talking about issues that are foundational. We're talking about those things that we can have some opinions on, and that's really all this is. And but I love that part. And folks, the best thing that you and I can do is to keep growing. You know, wherever I teach classes, at the beginning of the class, and you know, they'll last for a year sometimes or whatever, but whenever I teach, I tell them there are two things that I want them to take away with them. First of all, I want to teach them how to learn, because that's really important. I don't want to just teach them the information, but I want to teach them how to learn it, how to dig for yourself, how to grow. And the second thing is, I want you to leave the class with more questions than you came in with. Yeah. Because you see, that's being hungry for the Word. That's growing. That's maturing in our faith. I love that part. And I hope that none of us, you and I both, I hope we never get to the place where we're complacent and feel like we know everything, because we don't. And so, yes, you will see a few differences in our podcast. You'll see a few people that may not agree on every little small point. I knew that going into this, and I'm still aware of it, and I like it. I really do. I like that we have the freedom to explore and to learn, and sometimes I watch and I think, yeah, I think you're right, or I think you're wrong. But we've agreed to disagree on some things too. And again, nothing major. That's the important thing. Well, folks, thank you for watching today. Don't forget, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing.